Hello, and welcome to Pest Perspectives episode 7. I'm back again. Last week was quite a long episode at 2 hours long with Vicky Hall. It was quite an interesting one. I hope you all learned a lot. This week, I've got on the co-host of Tales of the Crawlspace. These guys were the people that let me on my first podcast back last year on the European edition, where I think it was Jack that first seen me posting stuff on TikTok, and he was like, "Do you want to come on the podcast?" And then I've spoke to them ever since and listened to the podcast that they do, and that's kind of how I got to know them. Is so how are you both doing?
Doing good, doing quite well. Glad to be here. Been excited about getting on your show, man. We've been following your progress and success closely.
Absolutely, and once we got wind that you wanted us on your show, we were both like, "Yeah, we have arrived."
I bet you're getting a lot of British downloads now, aren't you, from the UK?
We are. We actually we are. I mean, between what with your podcast and has really it's really boomed things for us. Our downloads have increased. We've gotten a lot more traffic on Pest Control Humour Depot, our Facebook group that started this all, which is, of course, my favorite group. And it's just been a really good. It's been a good thing, to be able to reach across the ocean and in fact, you were one of our guests on one of our international episodes.
When I had no camera, I was nervous as hell.
You were. All I could hear.
I made mistakes and everything.
We were like, okay, this is fine. It's like the cunt doesn't have a camera, so it's like, okay, well, there it is. Yeah.
I didn't have one. I didn't have the confidence either to go on camera then, but now I'm
that's
not
right.
really.
But then you saw me and Jack, and it's like, well, fuck, I could do this.
Yeah, I think that episode we had you in the UK. We had Dave Line from Australia. We had Mario Filippi from Brazil. We were all over the world. So we had Rodney from Canada.
Rodney from Canada. We don't count that as international.
That's
not anymore. Diet, we don't.
It's Diet America, but Diet
America. It's American Light.
It's America's hat. We wear that as a hat.
Rodney's going to kick the shit out of us when he sees this.
But it's all a good community since I've started. We also got Jenny with the
Pestrogen
podcast.
Oh yeah,
Jenny and Candace, man, what a team!
Jenny and Candace.
What a
shout
team.
Outs to them, because she always messaging me. She is about podcast related things, and she says that I'm her podcast brother because we all started at the same time. The podcasts.
Oh, he's got to get ready. He's got to get his bourbon.
No, I'm good. Keep talking amongst yourselves.
So I support her, and she's always shouting me out. But thanks, Jenny, for shouting me out. I'll tell you one thing. Recently, I don't know if you guys have noticed, her confidence is peaking.
It is.
In asking questions, and you can tell she's not so nervous anymore. Mm-hmm. You're doing a good job. You are.
She has really come out of her shell, Sean. And Candace and Jenny together, they're like a power duo. I mean, they got to meet each other in person at my house. That's cool. Cheese Stock 2024, and they really hit it off, and they fell in love with each other, which not only being absolutely hot, but they also forged a friendship that was just great.
Oh, that's really good. That is. It's a little community we've got here. It is.
And she's getting her chops. She's getting her chops too. With recording, her confidence and starting off the show now. And she's doing great. She really is. I've been trying to coach her from the beginning.
That's good.
About having show notes and everything, and kind of something to help her along until it just comes naturally. Because me and Brad fly by the seat of our pants. Very rarely we don't have notes really. We just get on there.
I normally have show notes, but I haven't tonight because I know what I'm going to say.
What are show notes?
And
in all seriousness, I started with show notes when I first joined Tales from the Crawlspace. on the second machination of the podcast. And but after that, I was like, yeah, piss on it, man. Let's just do this.
I used to do gaming podcasts and like Stubbscast and Midweek Gaming and all sorts of different names. I never had show notes really.
Yeah, because
when you get used to it.
Exactly. Yes. And a show like a podcast like ours, Tales from the Crawlspace, it is not, we make absolutely no claims to be educational or inspirational or anything like that. Jack and I are here to have fun with whoever wants to listen.
It's very different for Pest Control podcast because it's normally very serious. It is all the time.
It is.
So it's something different.
And, I mean, those are a dime a dozen.
And we fancy ourselves like shop talk, like when the technicians get in the tech room before and after the day's work, talking about, oh my God, did you have that customer this week? That house was so nasty, or this naked chick answered the door, and all the stuff that that you BS about with all your coworkers. Yeah. That's what this show is. That's what Tales from the Crawlspace. That's what Brad and I are trying to do is, because there's a lot of people, we get emails and messages saying, I'm a one-man show. I've been doing this on my own. Yeah. And now I don't feel like I'm alone. I feel like I can sit and talk shit and talk shop with people because I get to listen to your show and I get to send you in stories and everything.
That's right. And that's actually how Pest Control Humor Depot came about. I mean, I basically did it out of complete and total butthurt. There was this one guy that had a pest control meme page on Facebook, and he had some rather some mildly amusing memes. They were great. He made them himself and everything. So I was like, I want to put some, because I had memes too, and I wanted to put them somewhere. And then so I was like, I kept sending them to him. He just kept rejecting them, never posted them, anything like that. I said, all right, this is getting slightly annoying here. And then, I was at work one day and I was bitching to one of the technicians there, Josh, and he's like, and we talked about it. And, I had thought about maybe starting my own group. He goes, man, just start your own group. So, I started it as Pest Control Meme Depot, and it's like where anybody can put anything on there, pest control related and everything. But after that, Sean, it grew into so much more. People were networking, and they were getting, they were coming venting their spleens, and you had those, look what I did moments, and stuff, and it just snowballed. And in 5 years, we were up over 10,000 members, which affectionately we call cheese bags.
Yes, so, cheese bags.
Yes, my cheese bags are my life.
In England, it doesn't go down very well. Some people heard the term cheese bags, and on one of my posts or the podcast that Jenny was on for the Beauties and Beasties, and the Brits didn't really like it. The cheese bags. I'm used to the term cheese bags. Over here, they call us pesties. I don't like being called pesties. I don't like
pesties. That just sounds so flowery and cute.
I don't like the term.
Yeah, because Jennifer likes to call, or Jenny likes to call everybody pesty besties.
Pesty besties.
Pesty besties.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel like PCHD and Tales from the Crawlspace have really we meet a need. Is a word.
Yeah.
People just need to not have to be serious all the time and just kick back, cut up. And Jack and I, that's what we're here for. We're to help you out with that. And like we said before, it's unscripted, and we like it that way. Because sometimes we'll have a great topic. We're like, okay, let's talk about this and everything. 5 minutes into the show, man, we're just fucking all over the place. We're just like last week was a perfect example. We wanted to talk about the beginning of season, the swarms and everything like that. We ended up talking about damn near everything else but that. And but it was a good show.
It was fun.
I don't know. I can't speak for Jack and our other 12 listeners, but I had fun.
Oh, I had
thousands. You have thousands, not 12.
Thousands.
I guarantee you do.
I
would say so. Well, you got in a pest control magazine for the podcast, didn't you? As well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
and we've shown up on newsletters like for big box company internal newsletters. Our podcast has shown up on. We've seen evidence of that, and I liken it to being famous in a microscopic universe.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You go out to any yard, you kick away the leaves, the twigs, and the dog turds. Tales from the Crawlspace is right there, and we're there. We are there. It's been a hell of a ride so far.
The minute I knew I arrived with that is when I was still working before the car accident. I was in the chem room of the place I was working for, and I was talking to the guy about stuff I needed. And someone outside of the chem room goes, wait, I know that voice. I know who that is. And then come around, he goes, Jack, Tales from the Crawlspace. I'm like, holy hell.
Big time.
Yeah. Yes. And like if I'm driving through town, I keep business cards and some swag for the show in my truck. And I've seen a guy in the in a parking lot getting lunch or something, and I'll walk up and go, "Hey, you listen to podcasts?" And he goes, "I've listened to you. I know who you are."
Yeah.
That's good.
I get to say I get it too. It's like I'll go up and I'll see say an Orchid truck or a Terminix truck or something like that. I'll go into the gas station or something. I've got my PC or PCHD magnets that we've been selling, but I've kind of given up on selling them and just kind of give them away randomly. I'll go up, I'll give somebody a magnet, and they'll be like, they'll see my sunglasses and be like, "Hey, you're that cheese bag guy." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
That's really good. That is.
Yeah,
that's really good. That is
my greatest triumph. Speaking along the same vein as Jack's there. I was at the Purdue University annual conference this year. We get into the auditorium, and the topic of this particular training module is AI, and how we use it how we can use it in our business, what to do, what not to do, and all that good stuff. And so he gets on chat. He starts talking about this Chat GPT thing. I am old. I don't do any of this. I will Google something and something will come up AI. So give me suggestions. I fucking ignore it. Just scroll. Yeah. But I get. He's talking about that, and he goes, "You can ask this thing basically anything, and it will give you an answer, even though may not be the right answer or the answer you're looking for. It's going to answer it." So he goes, and he puts it out to the auditorium. He goes, "Ask anything. Ask me a question. We'll put it in." And then somebody jumps up and goes, "What's a cheese bag?" I was like, "Oh, I was just so touched and moved. It was not even funny. I was just sitting there. My boss, William the Merciful, the other two dudes that was with me looked at me like that, and I was just over there like, little tear running down my cheek. It's like, oh God, this is the best moment of my life. This eclipses my daughter's birth." It was great. But yeah, I mean, just. And I mean, on a personal level, it does give Jack and I a big rush when we get that, but we try not to let it go to our heads, because I hate people that let shit go to their heads, right, Jack?
Yes, we do.
yes, we do. Yeah, I mean, we don't profess to be speaking for all the technicians when we are on a podcast.
No,
although we do try to keep it edgy. we will.
You do.
But it's some people out there are like puppies, so excited to see you and pissing all over the floor, and it's
precisely
just back off, little puppy. It's okay.
That's right. It's like me. I'm here to drink. Drink on the podcast. Jack, when he's in Pennsylvania, he'll smoke on the podcast, and everything's good.
Exactly. But no, what was it like being in the? Was it PCT magazine?
Oh yeah.
Was it PC? What was it like? Did you send them an article? Did they reach out? Did they contact you?
Well,
they reached out to Jack.
Brad got in at first with the Depot before Tales from the Crawlspace.
That was actually Pest Management.
PMP magazine.
PMP magazine. Pest Management Professionals or something like that. PCHD actually made it onto there. And then the following year or two later, they approached Jack about an article for Tales from the Crawlspace, and Jack stuck it, man. He did it. The article was beautiful. And
that's good.
although they did cut my part out quite a bit, the Jack's was really good.
I have read it. It is good.
And I was actually sitting here bored, shopping the show around, just trying to get more traction. Yeah. And I had a little form email that I was sending out to. I even sent it to a couple Pest publications in the UK. And I almost immediately got a response back from PCT, and I'm like, well, I want to warn you, this is what our show is. You may want to listen to a few episodes before you put us in the magazine. And damn sure enough, they did. They'd come back with an interview for me and ask questions. And no, it was great to be in there. It was fun.
They put a picture of him in there too. That was awesome.
Yeah, I got it framed. I got it framed up on my wall.
But I'm sorry, but Sean, I'll tell you the biggest thing that really hit me when we were able to get in a magazine was when PMP hit me for PCHD. When I first started in this industry back in 19, I was picking up these fish wrappers, the trade. That's why I call the trade magazines, the fish wrappers, and I was looking at these, and I was looking at the articles and stuff like that and everything. Granted, I was a total greenhorn, maybe less than a month into the business, and I said, one of these days I'm going to be on the in one of these magazines. And who would have thought it was for a fucking Facebook group, that basically just jerks around, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the technical nuts and bolts of the stuff. I didn't come up with a new pesticide or a new rodenticide or anything like that. I'm in there. I'm in there because I post pictures of people's dildos in their dressers and everything.
And then calling every insect a brown recluse. That's what
every insect is a brown recluse. Yes, welcome to America, where every insect is a fucking brown recluse.
Yes,
it's a good achievement getting in there. It is.
And you know what? I can die a happy guy now. So
yeah.
But it's something I think the industry needed between the Depot and the podcast. And like we were saying, there's so many podcasts and so many publications out there that take themselves so seriously. And I mean, and Sean, to be a pest control operator, you got to be a special kind of person.
You have.
It takes a certain mindset and a certain attitude, and we're unique individuals, and our sense of humor is also unique. I mean, the things that some people find absolutely disgusting, we're rolling on the floor about. Like, oh my God, you had rat soup in that Bader box,
There, got your tin cat meatloaf going there.
Right. And we can joke about that, and we get it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of the fact that Tales from Crawlspace is the only podcast of its kind. We are the only show of its kind, and I'm so very proud of that because. Anybody that's going to come after us, where they got it from.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yes, it is.
And I haven't tried it yet, have they?
And that'll be great. And I'll be happy to, get Brad along and be a guest on their show and show them how it's done.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
No, it's really good.
Jack and I have already decided that it's it's good to be if we become stars, that's great, but it's just as good to become Nebula, and we're the place where stars are born.
That's right. Yes. And that's why I'm especially proud of Jenny and Candace with
Absolutely.
Estrogen.
That's really going to be. They have definitely found a deep niche in there because women in pest control. Oh my God! And with each passing year, more and more women join our ranks, and they need a place.
It needs to grow more, though. It needs to grow more.
Oh, it will, and Sean, it will.
It really will.
It's definitely and someone like people like Candace and Jenny, they can show the way, and they have a place for the ladies to go and talk about guys because we are all pigs at the end of the day. So
because But she does invite men on her podcast.
She does invite men on the podcast. That's
equal. She'll have anyone on.
That's absolutely true. She had a great episode last week with my buddy, both my buddies, Rodney and Mr. Goswiller. And
I might invite them on at some point. They're
great,
good.
Man.
They're good.
Yeah. You could do worse than getting those two bohunks on your show. That's for sure.
I'll tell you, Rodney makes a great guest co-host when Brad goes on vacation too.
He does.
I remember.
I have yet to find my great co-host. I may have to poach Candace and Jenny or Jenny when I
that'd be great
on vacation.
That'd be fantastic if you did that.
I would love.
But
for one thing, I need to get my Nordquist couch fix.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and did you see she put a little Joker up on the couch for me?
As she did. Yeah, that was sweet as hell. I love it.
But I like to think that we were kind of the springboard for that, and I take a lot of pride in their show and in their success, because I like to think that our show kind of influenced their creation. So
yeah, that's right. Our heart soars like eagles over this.
It does.
Well, she calls you the brother podcast.
Mm-hmm.
She does. The Pestogen says it's the like a sister show, the brother show.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd be interested to know whether or not Jenny and Candace would ever want to do like we did and come over to Riverside and have the option of a live, because Jenny is such a perfectionist. She has she wants to make sure everything is just so, and she does a great job of it. Candace is the same way to a degree, and so it'd be interesting to see, because it'd be great to have them on the live thing, the live stuff on the podcast. I love it, I really do.
Yeah,
as you can tell, I've been gushing about it ever since we started this, but
I'm going to be going live at some, because I can now go live on Facebook now. You have to have 100 followers on Facebook to go live. So.
I probably, Sean, to be honest with you, probably one of the most dangerous things you could ever do in podcasting is to put me and Jack on live. because you are asking for trouble, mister.
But it's fun. I mean,
fuck yeah.
What I like about it is it kind of generates its own content too, because we've had, Brad and I are subject to burnout. We'll get halfway through a season where we do 11 out of 12 months of the year, almost consistently weekly. Yeah. So halfway through the season, we're like, man, what are we going to do now? What are we going to talk about? We've talked about it all. And now with the live component, having people in chat jumping in and saying something, it's generating content for us, giving us something more to talk about, building more meat into the show. Good. And I think people enjoy the interaction, having their name called out on the show and things like that too. Yeah. It's fun. It really is.
It is.
It's good. Also, have you recently switched to Riverside? See,
yeah.
There's AI where you can make the clips up. Have you seen that? Where you can post clips.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I saw that, and it gives you the option.
So you can post a funny clip, watch more, post a link. So you could generate more views and traction that way.
I'm sorry, you lost me. You could put like a graphic or
no. It scans your entire show for the best clips.
Oh,
and it makes the little clip. Say like you said something funny, and then you could put the link. You could share it on socials. Then say click the link to check the podcast out. You can. I'll speak to you in the DMs.
Oh, that's going to make my life a lot easier.
You did something like that with Iris or something, didn't you, at one time? Because there was a couple of things a couple of snippets. I can't remember which one. I think it was Mauschwitz.
You can actually tell the AI. You can actually tell it what funny clip you wanted, and it will actually do it for you.
I'll have to look at that feature. But you obviously got
to listen to it and make sure it's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can clip it out. I mean, it's loads of content. It is.
Now, our host is Buzzsprout. Our podcast host is Buzzsprout, and they do little audio clips, but you have to go find them yourself. It'll do like with the graphic of the show and maybe the subtitles and stuff, and that's pretty neat. But no, I'm going to look up that feature. That's actually really cool.
So you could use that on YouTube. You can put them on your TikToks. You can do all stuff, all that kind of stuff.
Here I am just making stuff up, trying to slap it on social media every week.
Yeah, I had a fine job you do. So
you do.
Yeah, we'll get that 15th listener. You keep it up.
Definitely. So I want to talk about some obviously pest control.
Yeah.
So right? I'll ask you both in sequence, obviously. So either one could answer. When, and how did you get into pest control? Did you fall in like most people do? Because in the UK, most people fall in. They don't join it. When you're young. Sadly, most people get into pest control when they're in the late 30s to 40s onwards.
Right.
Yeah. Who wants to go first, Jack? You want to flip a coin?
No, you can go ahead, man. I love your story about it. I do.
Oh, yeah. My story starts in 1992. What a year! I was making next to nothing at a dental laboratory, polishing crowns, making damn near minimum wage. I had a small child. I had a bride who was working her ass off too, and looking around through sofas for loose change and stuff like that so we could buy the kid formula and diapers was getting really old. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I mean, I worked in restaurants. One of the stipulations that for us to start a family is, Brad, you need to get out of the restaurant business. It's too unreliable. Your hours suck. The pay's mediocre at best. You got to do something else. So I figured I would go with, my wife worked at the dental lab too. She was much farther up on the ladder than I was, but polishing crowns for minimum wage wasn't exactly cutting it. And then my one of my brother-in-law's half brother called me and said that they were looking for people at Terminex. And so I went ahead, stopped smoking pot for a while so I could pass the drug test. And then about a month down the road, I got the job, which was great because I got word of them accepting my taking hiring me during my daughter's first birthday.
Oh, that's good news.
That was just the best birthday present she ever got, because it ended up here I am 30 some odd years later, being able to provide, I was able to provide a good life for her.
That's good.
And, now we're getting towards the end of the road. I'm going to be retiring in about 5 years. It's provided a good life. And, when you got that going for you, it makes all the difference. And not to say I'm just there for the money. I mean, I actually fell in love with the job. I wasn't a big fan of the grind, especially working for Big Green Tea, the grind, which is, the grind is, you're going home every night and you're making phone calls. You're calling all your customers. And back then it was monthly services. I mean, can you imagine monthly services now, Sean? I mean, I've been doing monthly services. I know that wall void is filled with dust, right? Like all the way up to the pipeline. And so, but the people, the customers, the people I encountered, the technical stuff, the huge brains that I was able to communicate with, like the late Stoy Hedges, God rest that man's soul. He taught me so damn much. I was able to work on a couple of on more than one occasion. I was able to work directly with Stoy Hedges, and that was probably some of the best education I ever got technically. I was able to tap into the big brains. I was able to meet customers. I was able to hone my skills in communicating and stuff like that. I just basically fell in love with the job, and here I am 34 years later. Here I am. I'm still doing it. Actually, on Monday I'm going to be doing it again because I've been off since January with a busted leg, but
and a busted gallbladder.
But we had a busted gallbladder. Well, it's no longer my gallbladder; it belongs to somebody else. So, but yeah, that's how I got into it. I love it, and I recommend it. It's not for everybody.
No,
some days it's not for anybody. But damn it, it was for me, and it provided me a good life.
That's good. So, what kind of how does it work over there to become a pest controller? Is it over here we have to have qualifications like your basics in rodents and insects, and then we've got RSPH Level 2 in pest management.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not a license. It's there's their qualifications. How does it work over there for education-wise?
Okay, understood. Back when I started, of course, this was 1992. This was a million years ago. You know, we didn't need to be like a registered technician or anything. We just had to work under a license holder. You know, I didn't have to take any exams or anything. I just had to be trained, and that training needed to be documented in office. So if say the state chemist, which is the regulatory people in our state, were to come by and ask, you know, I want to see Bradley Harvey's, you know, training papers, you got to have them. I didn't need to be a registered tech. Now that changed, you know, as the years unfurled, that changed. You know, now you have to have at least be a registered technician, which means you have to be trained, you have to take an exam, and you have to pass that exam before you can do anything without direct supervision. What registered technicians can do here is what's known as indirect supervision, which means the license holder has to be at least a phone call away, and at least 2 hours, and 2 hours from being able to be on the scene if something goes pear-shaped. So yeah, that's how it is now. But you know, a lot of, they're talking about changing that even to where everybody has to be a licensed certified applicator. I don't see the need for it, you know, as long as there's some accountability, but that's just me.
Okay. But yeah, I'll try and thanks. It's very different to what we do over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Every country seems to be different as well.
Yeah, y'all seem to be. You folks seem to be a bit more. You need to be a bit more accountability from the jump than we do over here. And again, you know, we're talking about Sean. You're talking about the UK, which is you guys, and we're talking about me and 49 other different pesticide laws, because this is all controlled. This isn't centralized. I mean, it is centralized by the EPA, but the EPA gives a lot of that responsibility up to the individual states. So there's 49 other different places that you have to do shit differently.
Okay, well, it's all the same here.
50 if you count Puerto Rico.
Okay.
51 if you count Canada here in a little bit. Sorry, Rodney.
It is stricter in America, I would say, though. We don't. Yeah. From my view, it looks stricter. It does. You may think it's stricter here, but it's probably stricter over.
I will just say you have a lot more paper involved than we do.
Yeah, but
whether or not
you mentioned like somebody wants to see your paperwork, like who did you say can look at your paperwork for chemicals?
Oh, it would be an agent of the Office of the State Chemist here.
Really, we
Department
don't have
of Agriculture, other places.
That thing would only happen if something catastrophic happened and someone died. So we don't really have. You don't really have that kind of.
Oh, they'd roll up and do random checks. You can be
fuck
able to,
yeah!
You can be at a job.
They got. Yeah, our regulators have a serious Serpico complex, man. They will fucking roll right up on you, man.
We don't get any of that. We don't have that unless just someone died and something happened that major. Then that would happen. Then
that would be a legitimate concern, Sean.
Well, obviously, yeah. You don't want to hit anyone or anything.
No.
But no, that's why I say America's stricter than us. But I can see why you think we are as well, just in a different way.
Yeah, it's just different. Just different. That's all.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Thanks for that, Brad. So, Jack, how did you get into the pest control industry?
I was a construction inspector, a geotechnical inspector. I'd go on job sites, test concrete while they're placing it, making test cylinders to check for compressive strength and things like that. And the market got so flooded with people coming from, like, people in engineering degrees coming from India and stuff that the pay started going down. And it was difficult to pay the bills, and I got really frustrated. So I grabbed a newspaper and I started looking through the want ads. This is before the advent of Monster.com and Career Builder and things like that. And I saw an ad for must-have construction inspection. Didn't say what the business was, but send your resume to, fax your resume to this number. So I threw my resume together and sent it over. and I got a call. Man said, "Hey, my name is Ted Mickle, and I'd like to talk to you about your resume. If you could come in, this company we're called JC Ehrlich. You just come on down to the office and we'll talk about it." So when I got there, it turns out they were looking for a termite guy. And when you do termite work, you need to understand how a home is built, especially the foundation, the different types of foundations there are. And I had an intimate knowledge of how buildings are put together, how the different types of foundations and stuff. And it kind of gave me a bit of a improved learning curve for doing termite work. And so for the first 3 years, that's all I did was termite, and I loved it. Absolutely love it. And I've always said you can walk into a room full of pest control operators and termite guys, and you can pick the termite guys out without anybody saying anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can be like, I know, that's them over there. I know, because they'll all kind of congregate. They got to gravitate towards each other.
Okay.
And I went on from there to being what was called a universal tech for another company where I did termite and pest and everything. Okay. I ran a pesticide distribution warehouse, and I did that until I got robbed. That sucked. So
is that your business?
No. It's a nationwide Target Specialty. Brad, they're nationwide, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
There was a regional company that was swallowed up by Target Specialty called Residex, and I ran the Baltimore office of Residex, and I'd know when the season was starting because I'd have guys waiting outside the door when I got there at 6 o'clock in the morning to open up. Everybody's trying to get ready, so I think I've done about every possible position in the business. I've run a couple Donnie and Marie offices. You're familiar when you've heard our show enough to know what we're talking about. We say Donnie and Marie, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I hear that name more than anything, Donnie and Marie.
Yeah,
Donnie and Marie, that's right.
And you hear it on the Pestigen podcast too, Donnie and Marie. Hear it on there too.
There's a lot of companies in the United States that people from Utah, Brigham Young University, of the Mormon religion persuasion, they build these companies to sell them, and they build them quickly. And they have kids that just get back from doing their religious missions and have them go out and knock on doors because they're accustomed to going door to door, and being turned away at the door. They're okay. They deal well with rejection.
Oh, and they would literally soak neighborhoods with their presence.
Oh, right.
Oh, they'd send like 30 of them in a brand new neighborhood, and they'll drop them off at like 3:30 in the afternoon to start catching people when they're home, and they'd take chalk, and as they do a house, if they talk to somebody, they put a check mark on the curb right on the road to know that a house was done, or they put an X or an O. X is they don't want it. O is nobody was home. And they'd go do the whole neighborhood, and they'd come back, check on the curb, and get those houses they didn't get before, and as a technician, it's, doing a route. I mean, you had 20 stops in the same neighborhood. So, but they'd work you like dogs. You'd be doing 12, 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. The sales kids got paid a ridiculous amount of money, and the technicians barely got by. So there is a bit of disdain for the Donnie and Marie, who were famous Mormons in the U.S. entertainment industry. So
absolutely, and as the years progressed, they got more and more annoying. Now they're like rolling around in neighborhoods on hoverboards and segways and shit like that, and it's just incredibly douchey. And
it's not a thing.
And they will promise you anything to get that sale. And but the thing is, when they first started, I was when I was at the Big Green Tea, I was at ground zero for this concept. And, they would come up, they called it Apex Marketing. And I remember that first year, they brought all these fucking college kids in from BYU and everything, and just swarmed us. And they could do no wrong. It's like every time somebody would bitch about something, we get our asses handed to us by management. And that's because if they did that, my management didn't do it, their bosses would do, and so on down the road. It's like, you're making this work, and fuck you if you don't like it.
Yeah.
And so that's that put a lot of this, and then they build up this big huge customer base, right?
Yeah.
And then all these people would get a letter saying, "Welcome to Big Green Tea," and so everybody be like, "I canceled at the Big Green Tea so I could go with these people because I didn't want to deal with Big Green Tea anymore. Screw you and cancel." Who took the hit? The technicians, because all of our our salary, our commissions, and stuff like that were based on our customer retention. And then when September, October rolled around, and our freaking our freaking retention went down the loo, we were mad. We were so mad.
And they are so morally gray. They are morally in this gray area.
Morally ambiguous.
Yes. When I was working for the first one I was a branch manager for, when they were getting ready to do the transition to the Big Green Tea, their sales price is based on how many active customers they have on the books.
Okay.
So they called me up and they said, "Jack, we want you to go into all the canceled customers we have in the database, and we want you to reactivate them." And I'm like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, we want you to reactivate them." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Well, it's something that Terminix needs us to do." I'm like, "I don't know, but I don't want to do that." And I didn't, and they didn't like it, but they're getting ready to get rid of the office anyway, so why fire me then? But the thing was, as long as they took the next quarter's service, they didn't get back charged for it. So at least, you could reactivate 500 customers, and as long as the technician comes by when no one's home, I mean, I'd say 350 to 400 of them will basically have accepted the service for that quarter. So they're pumping up the numbers by reactivating canceled customers, and I wouldn't do it. I didn't do it. I refused to.
Well, that sounds illegal to me.
It's shady as hell. Either way you look at it, it's shady.
Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah, that's see, door to door in England isn't a thing.
See, I came onto this podcast to have a good time. Now I'm all pissed off. I'm having to relive it. It's like I hear choppers.
Nothing quite like the smell of napalm in the morning.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Saigon.
UK,
shit, I'm still in fucking Saigon.
People residential don't really have pest control on a monthly or quarterly basis. Huh. We have a few customers, don't get me wrong, but the vast majority is domestic one-offs, and we do commercial contracts. But door-to-door pest control, you might get a smack on it means you're dirty. See, pest control in America is, I would say, up here with like plumbers.
It's a luxury item. It's a luxury item.
In the UK, even though it is a specialist, it is a needed service. People don't regard pest control as high on the on the career path, if you get what I mean.
You're absolutely right, Sean. People over here will try to repair their own air conditioner. They will try to rebuild their own automobile engine. But damn it, most times they'll try to get their own, hire somebody out to do pest control, which is actually quite smart because I mean, you could fuck up a lot of stuff.
Most do though. Higher pest control. I'm saying it's regarded higher in America.
Yeah, and to your point earlier about it being just one-offs for residential. Yeah. Every company is recurrent, oriented. They want that recurrent business because that money's there when you unlock the door every morning. Exactly. But man, never, ever count out the one-offs because the one-offs will keep you going.
Exactly.
The one-offs are what gets you all the good toys and stuff in the season. Yeah. But the recurrent stuff is what keeps the lights on in the wintertime.
Sure, well, we've got plenty of recurring monthlies and quarterlies for businesses. So
I get the biggest biggest thrill out of doing these one-offs. And reason being is because they're always something that can be solved in one trip if you're doing it right. Say like a hornet nest or bed bugs or termites or things like that. These are the things that when you become...
I say one-offs, but sometimes they're like rat treatment, so you got to come at least
right. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. That's definitely cool as hell. You get that rat treat, you get the follow-ups and everything. But on those one-time services, you are such a hero. After you've gotten rid of the problem on a recurrent service, you're more of a utility, more of maybe even an inconvenience. But those one-offs, buddy, you got a cape, you got the blue cape and the red tights on, and you got the big S on your fucking chest, and you're in there and you're saving the day.
Oh yeah. You get a big old bald face, a big beach ball sized bald face hornet's nest on the side of the house, and you walk up and you take care of that thing, man. You could walk on water as far as they're concerned, because for them, they step outside and they see that thing, and that's the end of the world for them.
Nothing gets my Hampton attention than a big old fucking hornet nest, man.
Oh yeah, I definitely get shoved up for something like that.
Or a wasp nest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. My favorite ones is when I'll get these ones that were called into the office, and I'll get assigned to it. It's like hornet nest in the mini bar, and I go, there's like 2 little mud dauber tubes in there. It's just like
my favorite
$150, please.
Over here we have something called cicada killers, and they're these big, huge things that live in the ground that look like ground hornets. When I was little, I thought that was instant death if them things came out of the ground.
Okay.
But they're harmless. They're the females stay in the ground until dusk or dawn, and they'll go out and sting a cicada, take it back into the hole in the ground, and feed her larva with it. And the males that fly around about a foot off the ground, they don't sting you. They just try to buzz you away from the mound, right?
You're not on about tiny mining bees, are you?
We have miner bees here. They're smaller and are brown, but no, these things are about.
Cicada killers are pretty good, pretty beefy.
2 inches long.
Definitely, yeah.
About 2. We got them.
One of those things that it's big enough that if it flies into your mouth, you're definitely going to taste it.
They get about 2 inches long, and when you have a huge spread of mounds like in someone's backyard, I mean, these huge things are just cruising over the ground, and they scare the shit out of people. And you just kind of waltz into that backyard with these things surrounding you, and they're scared to death. You're like, I'm gonna get them now.
My favorite ones are like everybody. I think they'll see a cicada killer or something like that. I think they got murder hornets. I love it. I fucking love it.
Name murder hornets.
I got Asian murder hornets in my yard. It's a cicada killer. And then they want to argue with you because you're not the expert. I mean, you're only a state certified technician with 30 years experience.
But they have Google. They have Google. They have Google.
They totally have.
They are here. The Asian hornets are here.
Yeah.
In low numbers, we have.
Oh man!
But we're not one of those. As a pest controller, and as it stands in the law at the minute, we are. If we find Asian hornets, we are not allowed to treat and destroy a nest. No, it's down to government agency and the bee unit to sort it out.
Man,
there's not enough of them. There's not enough of them yet.
I had a badminton racket just ready to go in the back of my truck in case them things showed up, because I wanted to go. Boink.
Yeah, we're not. I've never seen one. I've seen pictures.
Oh, carpenter bees! I love a badminton racket on carpenter bees.
Yeah.
Good times right there, man.
We have European. You have European hornets over there. I mean, we call
them European hornets. Over there, they just call them
hornets.
Yeah. No. That's like French fries. They just call them fries.
No, we actually call them I call them European hornets. They're our native one. We can sort them out, no problem.
They're about the size of the cicada killers. Cicada killers maybe just a shade bigger,
Okay.
But especially the females. But yeah, I mean they're intimidating if you don't know what you're dealing with. If you're a little kid running through the yard and you see this big thing flying around, it's scary. And we kind of cash in on that one.
Yeah, they're harmless.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, they are.
Yeah, unless you attack them. But...
Well, with the males, I mean, they have a reproductive proboscis. They don't even have a stinger, so they'll fly around and threaten you. It's like the male carpenter bees. They'll just kind of swoop around your head just to kind of get you away from where the female is. It's the same basic premise, but one's in your porch and one's in your yard.
Yeah, that's true. That is, but yeah. We don't have them cicada things that you're on about. We don't.
I mean, I could fly around with my penis hat all day and just, hey, my reproductive.
There you go. You made it. You put it in. You got it in there. All right.
In there.
There you go, Jack. I'm wondering when it was going to pop up.
To Tales from the Crawlspace, you will not understand that whatsoever.
Well, see, now they got to listen to the show.
That's
Now
right.
you got
They
to
can
listen to
listen
the
to the show.
podcast.
That's right.
Yeah. So you've even got Alex Wade listening to that podcast now.
You look like Holly from Red Dwarf.
Do I?
I was going to say Big Brother from 1984, but that'll work.
With the floating head, you look like Holly from Red Dwarf. I love that show.
I'll have to sort of technical.
I was able to do that one time on our show, and I can't. Yeah. I've never been able to duplicate it since.
No,
the floating head.
The floating head. That's right. I can't remember which show that was. But anyway, oh
God, I'll keep it on because I've turned the lights out now. You can't see the background.
I don't care about your background. All we want to see is your smiling face, my man,
and the bald head.
And your bald head. Stop it! You're blinding me. Okay.
But yeah, so obviously you spoke about how you got into the industry. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite? What's your favorite pest to deal with for both of you?
I think Brad and I had the same answer. We love stinging insects like wasps and hornets and stuff. Yes, that's our favorite. Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. Man, I get so excited.
I wish I had a video that I took a couple of years ago of me attacking a yellow jacket nest that was in a wooden chest on somebody's front porch.
I remember that.
You remember that? I was able to document it, blow by blow, and it was the first time I was ever able to do that. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I thought it was a great video. Yeah. And I had a lot of fun doing it, and it wasn't a long video because I was like, it was me putting on my bee suit, me going over there, me fucking their lives up, and then taking care of it. It was great. I really had a good time. I'm looking forward to this coming season that I can do something like that again. But yes, Jack and I both agree, definitely stinging insects.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I do like the wasp nests. I do. But we'll see what this year brings. We will. The UK, it's all changed.
Well, your pest pressure is way different than it is here in the United States. I mean, I don't think you have the range of types of. I mean, we go everything from scorpions to but you've got. I mean, obviously you've got moles, voles, rats, mice, and stinging insects, but. Do you have like a huge list of pests that you deal with, or does that basically cover it?
Not compared to you. Obviously, we have fleas, bed bugs like you guys do, cockroaches.
Yeah.
But no, we don't deal with scorpions. We don't have the list you guys do. No chance. We don't have snakes. Do you deal with snakes?
I have
snakes. Only by accident. Okay. When they get stuck in a glue board.
Yeah, you get like a garter snake comes in.
If they're dead, I can't do anything about it. But if they're still alive, I will do whatever I can to get them off of there.
Okay. We can't use them.
Yeah.
Or
I know. You can't use
snake,
glue boards.
You get a big black snake in a baiter, and you open it up, and he's sitting there curled up. You're like, that one's not getting baited today.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's when you learn to kick.
You open it up, you shut it real the fuck quick, and you move on to the next station. Yep. If you're lucky and you're barcoded, you can snap that barcode real quick and slap it down. No evidence.
Yeah.
No activity.
But that's why you kick the stations before you open them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are supposed to do that because obviously there could be a rat in there still.
Working in D.C., where all of Washington, D.C. takes their trash to this one central location off of New York Avenue, which is on the east side of Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And for some reason, where all these piles of trash were, they had like 10 rodent baiters, which I really didn't see the point. Totally. I mean, but there's enough vitamin K floating around those piles of trash to just about make that rodent bait useless. But I would go going around checking those stations out, and this big honking rat, I'd say the size of a normal-sized cat, comes out of that station and damn near tries to tear my feet off. I had to stomp on his head because he was attacking me. But they get I worked around the Baltimore, D.C. area. We have gigantic rats, really big rats. So. A little factoid: Baltimore actually had to outlaw rat fishing. They would have tournaments where people would stand in an alley with a fishing pole, put a piece of pork chop on a treble hook, and cast it down by the dumpsters. And when a rat would grab it, they'd reel it in, and they'd have weigh-ins, kind of like a bass fishing tournament where you'd weigh your fish in to see who had the biggest fish. And they had rat fishing tournaments in Baltimore, and they actually had to outlaw them as cruel. Now we can give them anticoagulants, but they can't catch them with a ugly stick. I mean,
that is, I've never heard that before.
Oh yeah, they had to outlaw it.
I'm not surprised, but yeah, you are right. It's what do you reckon to that, people that are watching rat fishing?
Imagine struggling. I got one.
I can imagine that, yeah. But no, we haven't got the amount of pests you guys have, definitely not. But I mean, the main things we really deal with is rats, mice. I do mold control as well, and then most of your bugs. I deal with fleas, bed bugs, carpet beetle. Moths, basically. That's the vast majority of it. Apart from, obviously, summertime, wasps and European hornets. But
now, I'm guessing you guys got moles down to a science over there. How do you deal with them out there? Because we've had, like, talprid, those little bait worm things that we had, talprid. They kind of worked.
Talprid, the gummy worms, the forbidden gummy worms.
Yeah. But aren't they laced with a real dangerous chemical?
Well, that's what we do. We just throw a bunch of noxious shit at it and see what happens.
Fair enough. No, I do mold trapping.
Spike traps.
I use barrel. I personally use bottom barrel traps. I do.
Okay.
In the ground, and you trap them, and you check for the tunnels, and you work out where the tunnels are. You dibber. You cut a slice in the ground, put the mold trap in, and you put the grass bit back over and put a stick in.
Oh, okay. I guess you probably have a much better success rate than the bait stuff that we use. I mean, I had ZP granules, not the powder, but like the little bait granules.
Are you on about aluminium phosphate? No,
zinc phosphide.
Yeah.
And when they eat that stuff, it turns the oxygen in their blood into phosphine gas and kills them.
It kills them. Fucks their day up bad.
There's a lot of rules in England. See, if you were going to do that, you'd have to be at least 100 metres away from a home. And there's loads of rules on regulations.
That's logical, actually, to be honest with you. Because
I don't know the full
ZP
facts.
and phosphine gas are not a good thing.
I don't deal with them, but I do know the rules are quite strict on it. And you have to be so far from a house and animals, etc.
Right.
So most people trap with traps.
That makes sense.
There's loads of varieties of traps. I only use the barrel traps, but there's loads of varieties of them.
Well, I would guess it's
success rate.
I would say probably a better success rate and a lot less than your initial investment for traps. But other than that, you don't have a recurring.
Well, you just return your traps. You say you can get your traps back.
Yeah.
So it's good. You're not allowed. You're obviously not allowed to bait moles here.
Oh, okay.
Like with poison,
you just got to trap. Now, mold traps are great. No, I love mold traps.
But you can use the aluminium but you've obviously. I'm not for it, but if someone's got to use it and they have charged a trap, get a better trapper.
Call Sean.
Call
Sean. Have him do it. I mean, you want it done right, call Sean to do it. That's what you do.
There's loads of trappers I know that are good, but different areas, etc. But there is that choice. It's a tool if someone wants to use it, but you've got to have the qualifications to do it. It's not. It's a specific course that is. If you specifically do it to get your ticket to do that, you do. But moles is good. But do you do moles? Do you use the worms? Then
that's an option.
That is an option. Yeah, we definitely have some really good mole traps out there.
Yeah.
There is and to get off get off track off of moles.
It's fine.
Let's talk about pocket gophers. I don't know if you have gophers out there. But
No,
we have something here
no.
in America called pocket gophers. There is a lady out here in the States that works around the southern, central United States. She calls herself Gopher Girl, and that woman there is the bomb. That woman is deadly to gophers.
Okay.
and I follow her on Facebook, and she's does an incredible job, and she is strictly trapping.
I need to look her up because that sounds interesting.
Gopher Girl. Just Gopher Girl.
Okay.
It's look her up on Facebook, and she's got a lot of really good, really good pictures and stuff like that. Of death and destruction, which we all love. Let's face it. Yeah, we're here to protect the health of our prospective customers, but at the end of the day, we like to see stuff die.
Well, yeah, I don't.
Don't act like you don't. You gotta admit it. Yeah.
Well, in the interest of public health, then yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yes, party line.
I don't post stuff like that though on any social, so I don't. But if people want to, they can.
I get it. Nothing gets my juices flowing like seeing a dead bed bug or a roach on its back doing this stuff.
I've never done roach.
After I have dinoteferon the shit out of the guy.
So you've never done roaches at all?
Never.
Oh wow!
Wow.
No, don't get me wrong. Our country has roaches. Our country has roaches, but the Pacific area I live in, we've never, in all the years, even when my dad was just doing the pest control, he's never had a call for them ever. He hasn't. You're in the cities. Don't get me wrong, but we don't operate deep into the city. You see, so I've never done them. It'll be a learning experience if I do. I know what to do. And
we got to get you over to the States and take you to the projects is what we got to do.
Oh, hell yeah, we do. Yeah, update your passport, buddy. This is going to happen.
We're going to get you in like a rent control building where they'll actually...
Section 8, baby.
They'll cloud over top of you on the ceiling to drop off onto you to try to get to a better food source. They'll actually follow you on the ceiling. So, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
That is.
Alexa
was,
apparently the Amazon device thought I was talking to it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never done roaches, but
I was going to say if you were on speaker, I'd say Alexa, play porn music. Oh shit, Mike! Hang on. Alexa, stop. Fuck. Kind of forgot I had one there.
Yeah.
Oops.
Now my bride is going to come home and look at the Alexa and say, Brad, were you playing porn music? It's like, yeah, baby.
Awesome.
So what other kind of roles have you done within pest control that you haven't, that you've obviously mentioned you've been a technician. Have you ever been?
I have been a technician.
Yeah.
I have been a front office girl. I
want to say that because I've heard I put a LinkedIn post at once, and someone put, you've said front office, and someone said different industry, but what is this American term means? The back office, like they're nobodies. What does that mean? Back office.
The back office, the nobodies. I'll be blunt with you, Sean. I've never heard that before. It's always front office to me.
Okay.
The front office are the admins. They're the ones that sit in the lobby, answer the phones, take out the trash, change the put fresh coffee on. And mostly answer the phones. Yeah. They do the scheduling. They do, they make sure that everything is dispatched properly. They take a lot of shit from the technicians. They take a lot of shit from their managers.
A lot of shit from their customers.
A lot of shit and a whole lot of shit from their customers.
Yep.
They deal with more stuff. It is the most thankless job out there. Now, if you ask a technician, they will say, "Oh, my job's harder." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
No, your job is not harder because when you go in the morning and you got to listen to the admin, you get to leave. Yeah. Okay, You get to fucking leave and go do your stuff. And yeah, you're going to be needle bite. But I'll tell you what, for every one phone call that a technician gets when they're in the field that something needs addressed at the last minute, there are 20 other ones that poor person in the front office is trying to sort out. So don't feed me that bullshit about the technicians are harder. Job is harder. That is the most office admin is the most underpaid, thankless job there is.
Truth.
And I will fight anybody over that.
Absolute truth.
And it's part of
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get too edgy.
No,
there.
it's part of the pest control industry. That is, being in it's every. Although you've got to mention all facets, haven't you? That is part of it. That is being on the phone. They're
the backbone of each office. They're absolutely the backbone.
They are. They absolutely are. And God love them. We don't give them enough credit out there because we are out there as technicians. We are out there dealing with a lot of shit, and I get it. But they deal with a lot of shit too. And
we don't have people
and so
like that.
The whole technician front office, all the shit that they're that's wrong. Okay, you're working together, and you need to. And it just kind of bristles me a little bit whenever I hear about a technician talking about front office, because then you got the office admin going, the technician's blowing me shit. Anyways, I'm trying to get that. So it's all the same. It's all the same.
It is.
Only the technician makes more money. So let's not forget that.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So it is an important part. I mean, I don't obviously know anything about that because we're so small. It's just me and my dad, you see. So we take calls, but I know it's like to talk to customers, but it's very rarely I have to deal with someone who's not very happy because we always like to make the customer happy. Everyone does. They do.
And I think in a smaller outfit, it's probably a lot easier to control because it's a lot more personal service.
Yeah, it is.
And but when you get with the big box companies, you're just a number. Your customers are just a number, and you throw these guys out there, and it's quantity over quality.
Yeah,
and people are invariably going to get pissed off and call the office about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never went straight in and worked for my dad. I've never actually worked for a big box company.
Well, you're fortunate. You're very fortunate.
Yeah, bless you, man.
I know when my dad retires, I'll be taking over the firm, and the idea is that hopefully I can keep the company going and grow it. Then one day, my son, who's 10 now, will take over the business, like family business.
Well, you're bringing them into the future with all the social media and stuff you do, and all the posts you've been doing. You're definitely headed in the right direction. That's for sure.
Yeah, make sure that little shaver's a cheese bag now.
Well, he wants to be one. He dressed up as me on
a cheese bag in waiting. I love it.
On Hero Day at school, he dressed up as me. Thought it was amazing. I know.
Hey Jack, does that sound Nord as fuck or what?
It does.
It does. That sounds Nord as fuck.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's something to be proud of, for sure.
It is. It is. It really is.
But yeah, it's why I've been involved with the try to get involved with Trade Body to help push the industry forward, and that's a new learning skill. That is. There's a lot involved in it, but.
It really is, and the fact that you're starting young is all the better.
What's that? Sorry.
I mean, I said the fact that you're starting young with the lad is all the better.
Oh, he's not doing pest control. He wants to be one, but in the summer he does.
I was gonna say he's like what 10?
Yeah,
that's a perfect age.
he does come in the summer sometimes when we go wasping. Obviously, he's kept safe. He doesn't get hurt, but
But still, it's the experience.
Do they make little tiny bee suits for 10-year-olds?
I'm sure we can find one.
I could probably Amazon one right to you, buddy.
To be fair, I mean, I could probably find one anyway. I could.
Oh, because nothing grows your balls fivefold like a bee suit, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you get kind of brave.
Oh God, big hornet nests and stuff. If they're like low on the tree, where I could actually reach them without a ladder or a pole or something, yeah. I was like, I just put that fucker in a headlock and just, it's great.
That's how many times I've worn one. Twice.
Yeah, see, Jack is not a big bee suit guy. Me, I was not a big bee suit guy until I started working with William the Merciful, and now I'm all about the bee suit, man. Because I can freaking knock something out so quick, and I mean total annihilation and resolution. None of this. I'll dust this a little bit, and I'll come back in a couple hours. No, fuck, man, aerosol. I'm just like rip that fucker off and throw it in the bag. It's
bee suits are good.
$250, please.
But I find that when you're sweating and it's real hot day, that the fibres or whatever the bee suit's made out of, the hole that you need to see to get into the nest, it kind of blurs your vision.
Yeah.
You know the material in front of your eyes. It does on a real hot day. Do you not get that then? Okay. No, I must be blind.
No, I think you need to see a doctor. But no, I was just kidding. No. I get it. I learned a while ago when I first started wearing a bee suit that you've got the black mesh here around the neck. Or you got the white mesh here around the neck and the black mesh up here. Yeah. You can see better out of the black mesh. And sometimes I'll put that bee suit on, my bonnet's like up here, and it's like, oh fuck, where's the hole? And it's just like pull it down. There it is.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, and my problem for only wearing it twice is that most companies buy them for people who are way smaller than me because I'm Sasquatch, Bigfoot. I'm really pretty big.
I'm not small either. I lost a lot of weight, but
I'm tall, broad shoulders, and most of them don't fit me. Yeah. So if I put it on, I'd have exposed skin anyways. So what's the point?
Nah, that's what I like. I am using William the Merciful's old bee suit, and he is like 6'3".
His name? Is it actually?
No, it's Bill. His name is Bill Huth. William Huth.
His name is so cool.
I call him William the Merciful.
It's so cool.
And because he's a hell of a guy, dude.
He is.
Sean, I came from I came from three of the worst situations that I had ever been in. And again, I took so much shit with my other companies that I worked for, yet I still loved the job.
Yeah.
I was able to get with him, he used to work for me at the Big Green Tea.
Yeah.
I was a service manager. He was one of my technicians. He went out and started his own business. And, fast forward years later, he's running a decent business. I need a change. I need to get out of management. I need to get back out in the field and find my roots again. Mm-hmm. And he gave me that opportunity. And I actually get to be what I fell in love with in the job. And that's why I call him William the Merciful.
I like the name. It's so cool.
He showed me so much mercy by taking me on. I will forever be in this guy's debt. Even now, when I had my busted knee and everything, he has been really cool with me with the whole thing.
That really is.
He's a great guy.
A lot of that is because this happened out of season. But to be honest with you, he's been a great guy.
I know.
I love the guy to death. I would he's one of those people. He's one of those bosses, leaders that you would walk through fire for.
Yep. Has he ever been on the podcast?
What's that?
Has he ever been on the podcast?
He
was supposed.
He was on. No, he was on one before. I can't remember what, but when we had Russell on to ask the experts, he was going to, but he had a death in the family.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what that was about.
Oh, okay.
But we will definitely have William the Merciful on again, Sean, and we'll let you know when it is, so you can watch it.
Definitely.
And
he's a fantastic guy.
And bask in the mercy that is William the Merciful.
Yeah, definitely. So, what was about to say? What's my next question? My next question is: have any of you been a field biologist? Where you go and no. So I can explain it. It's like,
okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sean.
I'm
laughing with
a food site that's got to be audited, and you go around and inspect the site and do a full report, but you're not the pest controller.
Oh,
surveyor. Maybe you call it something different.
Yeah,
maybe you called it something different.
We call them sanitarians.
I was the in-house sanitarian for CNS Grocery Warehouse. I was working for a pest control company, and CNS Grocery Warehouse had to fire their sanitarians, so they kind of leased me to them.
Okay.
For like 6 months.
Okay.
And that's the only place I went. They had 2 dry storage buildings, a cold storage, and a frozen storage building.
Okay.
And I'd have to go through, they had barcodes on the walls. I had to check everything out. I walked all those buildings like 4 times a day, had to put together a big report for what I had to do and what I saw and the stuff that came and went. So, yeah, I kind of, in a way, I was the in-house sanitarian for a grocery warehouse for a while.
Okay. That's not normally like, well, every day.
Yeah, I'd show up there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd leave at 5 in the evening, all day long.
See, what I mean is someone that goes like every so often and does a check. It's more of a check that the pest control firms doing their job properly, rather than being there every day.
That's what they want, but and
because some of these sites have real strict. These food companies have real strict guidance, and it's
right.
Like a so it's not every day.
They want all kinds of documentation.
Yeah.
They want a full report on sanitation and structural issues, which is fine. I mean, we're actually supposed to do that. Yeah. But to expect to have some sort of documentation that's going to pass like an American Institute of Baking report audit or things like that, it's like, I'm sorry, you want that? That's going to cost you some money.
Oh yeah, you can't pay more for that. You have.
For like doing AIB inspections, that's a whole nother set of standards.
Oh, and SQF, oh my God! It's like I had a plant. I had a lunch meat plant out here when I worked at the Scarlet Letter. That when SQF came along, oh fuck a duck, man! It was horrible. I mean, I was there every goddamn day doing something. And then God forbid you didn't have a period or a comma somewhere on any of the written reports. You had to fix that. Oh, we need you to come in and fix it. It's like, grab a pen for Christ's sake. Exactly. It's like, but those are the ones that really drive me nuts. And the ones that think that just because we come in and we do pest control, we inspect, we report, we treat, we monitor, we educate and stuff like that, we're supposed to make their sanitation problems go away, or we're supposed to be the giant Band-Aid that goes over all of their freaking sloppiness. And that killed me. I was doing this one dairy that had like a little luncheonette upstairs, and I was like, I was telling them this, and this, and they're like, oh well, that every restaurant has that. I said, no, every restaurant doesn't. Only the ones with pest problems. And they were like, I don't appreciate your tone. Like, it's like a mockingbird.
If you weren't so nasty, we wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah. Well, it's only advice to help them.
It's like, it's pretty bad when you drive by a place where like milk and cream and stuff like that. All these luscious things are done, and it just smells like egg farts when I walk up. It's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourselves, people.
Yeah, well, you'll be learning. Go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
Sorry, carry on. Sorry, fine.
No,
fine.
You learn quite a bit about places like that, and a lot of it's really disconcerting. Like having done a chicken processing plant, and some of the stuff you see, no bueno.
Oh God! Speaking of food and beverage stuff, I was doing this plant. And this is totally off topic, but off the current subject. But I got it just made me think about that. I was doing this. It's a grain elevator, right? And I'm going through there, and mice are always a bad issue there because there's grain spillage and silage and stuff like that. And they just love that stuff. But I'm underneath. I'm in this gangway that goes underneath these humongous 200-foot silos, holding millions of pounds of grain. And I'm just walking around and I see it's just concrete, like concrete funnels that, that go to the end where the hoppers go down and it goes on the belt and everything. And I'm just walking past each one of these and I'm looking at the guy. I was just like, it's just concrete, right? He goes, yeah, it's reinforced concrete. I said, what if one of these things, he goes, you wouldn't feel a fucking thing. And I was like, wow. It's just, you 1 minute you'll be here and the next it's, I said, thank you. Because I was worried about that, right? It was like I was worried about the agony of death on that. But he goes, it'd be like shutting off a light switch. I said, "Thank you."
Kind of like the people in that submarine.
Oh
Oh, that submarine, yeah.
Oh, you mean the submarine craft Idiot 1?
Yeah.
You're there 1 second, and a millisecond later you're gone.
Poof, yeah.
I guess there was some mercy in that part that it only took us a millisecond, but
well, they thought someone was banging, didn't they? Banging, 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 but it wasn't. That wasn't the noise, was it?
No, that was them vaporizing. It's like this is like now you're one minute you're 1,000 feet under the sea, the next minute you're talking to Elvis.
Yeah.
That was the sound of the beer can being stomped on. Is what that was.
Yeah.
No bueno.
No bueno at all.
Fantastic.
In America, do they have a problem recruit? I don't know if you know this or not. Do they have a problem recruiting new talent to the industry, like people wanting to come in? Do they have a problem with it? They do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we totally do.
We have the same problem.
The one reason is because what I said earlier, was this job isn't for everybody, and some days it's not for anybody. Yeah. We can get somebody. We can seduce somebody with the pay, the benefits, etc. But once they get in and realize what they're getting into, as far as getting, going into some of these accounts where, you're going into crack houses, you're going into, horrendously pathetic commercial kitchens. Yeah. You're going into a lot of things that you don't, even so much as you're going into hospitals where they have, like a teaching hospital where they have cadavers and pieces of humans that are dried up and ready to be burned. The first time I ever saw that, I was off of beef jerky for months.
Never seen it. Never seen it.
Yeah, and I mean, these are the things that in our industry you have to deal with, and it's not for the squeamish. Yeah. So I mean, you're gonna run into some recruiting problems in that aspect.
Yeah.
And another one is, it seems, and this is just the old grumpy boomer talking, but everybody wants to come in and be the CEO. I'm sorry, I said it. Everybody wants to come in and be, chief executive officer or wherever the fuck they're working. Yeah. They want a 6-figure salary and everything. It does not work like that.
No.
And that's one of the big problems that we run into. Now we've got some people that, and I'm not saying that's everybody either. Yeah. It's maybe 10% of the people that come into this industry stick around. Yeah. Fall in love with it and everything. I'm looking at one right now. At where the place I work. He worked with me at the Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
He left. He came back. And what's the matter, boy? My dog's freaking out. He came back. He came to work with us over where I'm working now, and it's been great. He loves the job. He digs it, and he's a rare breed. Be honest with you.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah, Gribble, that's a shout out to you.
But like during the busy season, especially if you're a manager with limited resources, you end up getting something called warm body syndrome, where you bring someone in to fill the spot. And the problem is that during the summer, you get a lot of people that get the job just for the paycheck, just for a summer job. Their heart's not in it. The only thing they're in it for is the paycheck. So there's no real want to learn and to advance. Right. They show up, but they end up washing themselves out. So I think from my experience, say if there's 20 people that I've hired over a certain period of time, maybe 5 of them really stick and really get a love for the business. So I'd say it's about a 20% retention rate for someone who actually is in it to win it. That's been my experience.
Okay. Because in the UK, like the statistic came out that in the next 5 years, 50% of the pest control industry is due to retire.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so they're trying to help recruit younger people.
I actually
to fill the voids. Yeah. But I can see it. That's quite a statistic. That is, but I thought I'd ask you what it's like in America. That was all.
Let me give you a little snapshot of what it's like in America, at least in some of the small businesses. Okay, William the Merciful is 56.
Yeah.
I'm 60. Richard is 66.
Okay.
Dusty is 65. And Gribble is like 30. so
okay.
Yeah, that's what you're looking at.
Is he taking the firm over?
It's a wrinkle room. Yeah, I mean, so.
But that speaks to the work ethic that people were brought up with. I'd say boomers and Gen
Our
X.
Our generation was brought up with.
Well, I'm Gen X, so
apparently I'm a millennial, even though I'm 40.
I'm on the cusp,
and I think
I'm Gen X. I am a boomer, but I'm 2 months away from being a Gen X, so I can go either way. I swing both ways, guys.
And Sean, I think that you, growing up, working for your father's business, I think you probably inherited your father's work ethic, which is a wonderful thing, compared to what a lot of millennials, there is zero work ethic at all.
See, I thought millennial was like a kid, and apparently millennial's not.
Not anymore.
No, it was mentally. It was a kid at one time, but shit, they're in their 30s and 40s now.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when someone says, "Well, back in the 1990s," I'm thinking that was 10 or 20 years ago.
I was born in the 80s. I was 84. I don't get why they call it millennial. I don't get it.
I was born in 71, so I get it. But no, I think it's also a testament to the work ethic, which is why your pest controllers are so many of them are due to retires, because when you come up with with a certain work ethic, you stick with it. You learn the business. You improve yourself. You become this young entitled kid. You think everything's supposed to be handed to you on a silver platter, and you don't really have the work ethic to stick with a job and work through it, learn it, improve yourself, and improve the business.
That's what you should do.
Most definitely. Yeah. Most definitely.
Oh.
I mean, I think I've done just about every position in this business.
Missionary, doggy.
Reverse cowgirl. Yeah, sure.
Reverse cowgirl.
Because you can see the turd cutter when you do that. So.
Yeah. The old hot Carl.
Cleveland steamer.
The filthy Sanchez. Or the the filthy Frida. You know what the filthy Frida is?
No.
That's when you stick your finger in her ass and take it and wipe it across her eyebrows. So it's just one like.
Oh my God! I'm a fan of the rusty trombone.
Yeah, that's true.
Poor Sean. I'm sorry. You knew you were getting into it when you had us on the show.
I know.
Shame on you, Sean. Shame on you.
This is a sample, Beauties and Beasties, when these two eventually invite you on. I mean,
we got an invite. We're gonna be
there. You go. This is a taster.
We do have an invite, don't we?
Live.
Yeah, that's like sometime a couple months from now. I think we're gonna invade their show.
God,
and you're letting them go on the mic live.
Zach, what was the name of the podcast that we were on? It was like somebody takes over your podcast.
Oh, something and Michael steal your podcast.
Yeah, steal your podcast. Oh God, that was my favorite guest spot ever. Up until now, of course, Sean. But I'm telling you, man, these guys just come in, and Jack and I, we said something in the beginning, and they basically took over. We came back at the end when they released us. It was beautiful.
Yep.
So yeah. So all you guys over at Pesty Besties, or I'm sorry, the other one,
Pestrogen or Beauties and Beasties.
Beauties and Beasties. Yeah, look out, man, because we're going to be taking over your podcast. Yeah. So you don't know what you got yourself into.
God help you.
God help you indeed.
I think that's why Alex has been listening to your podcast recently. He's really getting into it. He's made himself he's got a little schedule, and he says, if you listen to all these different podcasts, there's a lot of content per week there is to listen to. But I was surprised when Alex wasn't listening to your podcast. I was like,
good.
Yes.
Be prepared. Be prepared.
Yeah. Well, we tried to give him a little taste of it when Jenny and her partner were on there. Yeah. The last time on Beauties and Beasties. So
you'll be able to trip them up on words Alex has recently had because they're getting a lot of American viewers obviously in the chat. And a lot of terms we use are something completely different in America.
As an American, I can say whenever we see a chat box, we say challenge accepted.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that'll be interesting. That will. But yeah, tell you what, it's been great fun having you both on.
We've loved it. It's been fantastic.
Oh, we have.
Good. Totally. I'll tell you what, we'll have to do this again. We will.
I would love to.
Absolutely. And matter of fact, instead of an international episode, I think we need to have your ass on.
Yeah, we want to get you back on for the next international episode.
Yeah, yeah. We'll call it the payback episode.
The payback. The one where, because I remember, because Jenny only recently found out a few weeks ago that I was on the podcast, because she kept saying, I says, oh, she says, he's either one of you two told her that I was the one that wrote an international podcast.
Huh.
She found it hard to believe it was me. She said, oh, I heard that you were great. I said, I was rubbish on the podcast. No, you weren't.
No, not at all.
I reckon it was.
All due respect to you. All due respect to you, Sean. You had a great, but the next international podcast, I would love to have some different folks on, because I really want to get a big consortium of international people together, in cheesebaggery and so forth. So
that'll be good. That will. But yeah, thanks.
No, Sean, it's been a great pleasure and an honor to talk to you.
Really has.
I like our friendship. I've built it up over messages, and it's good. It is to speak to other podcasters and pest controllers from around the world. That's kind of why I do this show.
Hey, we're all brothers and sisters when you get down to it.
As well.
Right.
We can. So, thanks for coming on. Do you want to plug Tales from the Crawlspace?
Yes, I do.
Jack,
help me out here with some vocals.
Scan that barcode there. You can find us at www.tftc.wtf. At Instagram, we're at TFTC Podcast. At TikTok, we're at TFTC 2.0. And you can find us on Facebook at the Pest Control Humor Depot, our favorite group. That's how you find us.
Really cool card. I think I'm gonna get one of them made.
Oh, the other side's really bomb.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's good. That is. Yeah. That's a really good plug. That is. When the Beauties and Beasties ask you, most people ain't prepared, but you two definitely are.
Oh yeah,
we're Boy Scouts, baby.
106 episodes. We've had practice.
Yeah, that's right, dude. We're Boy Scouts. We're always prepared. We love to eat brownies.
Well, anyway, thanks, Jack and Brad, for coming on. It's been a fun one.
Thank you, Sean.
And I'll let you know when it's up. I will. But thanks for coming on. And hope you all learned everything. Please like, subscribe, review, share. Let's get the rankings up.
Definitely.
We'll be at 100,000 after this episode, so it's fine.
Hell yeah.
That's the spirit. Well, cheers to all of you.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care.